Good evening, America. We are here with...
Edgar Caballero Velazquez.
I'm very grateful that you came. Shit, I had a guest that couldn't make it today, so I hit you up fucking super last minute and you actually showed up.
Oh, cool. Nice to know.
I guess let's just get on with this shit. So I have your business card. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, you have my business card. I gave it to you, bro.
Well, yeah, that's what I got. I got your business card posted up right there on my whiteboard. Look at that.
Yeah, I see it. Looks cool.
So,
Only cool thing you have there.
so how did you get into acting?
Well, I always like acting. I always like acting from since I was little. I don't know. I was like 6 years old, and I was already playing with puppets and trying to do like a small play in front of everybody. But I don't know. I started doing it professionally when I came to the United States, because I'm from Mexico, not from here.
You are?
Of course, you can hear my accent, but my accent comes from anywhere, not just Mexico.
What part of Mexico are you from?
Estado de Mexico. Pero I came here, I came to Chicago 20 years ago. About 20 years ago. Don't ask me my age. I'm not telling you.
I can see your age every time you check in.
Yeah, but I'm not telling you right now. So, yeah, I came to Chicago. I stayed there until I finished my associate degree in arts. And then I came to California 9 years ago. And I've been doing professional acting about 5 years, 6 years.
So you got into it because you just like being able to...
Because I like...
creating the storylines for your puppets, or because you like putting on a show?
I think it could be a little bit of both, but the truth, it just feels good to... It just feels good to... I don't know. To do something that can inspire people or change people's views about something without even trying to argue with them. Just show them. So for me, it was just like, I don't know, it started by just playing and wanting to be the center of attention.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized it's more like than that, because it's something that I really like doing. I don't really care if one person's watching or if nobody's watching. It just feels good while I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. And also if I know that it can affect people the way I get affected when I watch a movie. Mm-hmm. If I can change something in their lives and make them feel better, then that's a win-win. Or at least make them laugh. That I always do it.
I'm sure you will succeed in doing that with this podcast.
I don't know.
So how is there like a fucking theater scene in Mexico? Like
a theater scene?
Like fuck. All right, they might call it something different.
Televisa?
No, not that. Like like acting, but like not movie acting, like acting on stage.
Well, there's something like Broadway, but I don't know what it's
There we
called.
go. Yeah, like Broadway type shit. Is there a Broadway in Mexico?
They have theaters over there. They have the what they call, I don't know. It's about art, but they do have something very big about the arts, especially the Mexico City. But yeah, no. I'm not really that familiar with theater in Mexico.
Are you more like movie type acting, or are you more like theater type, like Broadway type shit?
Well, the good actors star in theater. Sorry about the ones that haven't done theater, but of course you probably could do theater if you like. But they always say, I have always heard that great actors start in theater or can at least do theater. If they didn't start in theater, they should. A good actor should always do theater at least once in their lives. But my training, it's theater in theater. Mm-hmm. And then we moved to self tapes. I had to work with the camera.
What do you mean work the camera?
I mean, I've been in some what is it called, short films. because theater is not the same as TV, of course.
Mm-hmm.
In theater, you don't have take 2, take 3. In theater,
Yeah,
you just have take
yeah,
1.
yeah.
So you have to be loud enough to fill the theater, because
Uh-huh.
sometimes you don't really have the luxury of microphones,
Uh-huh.
and you have to be, and the movements are bigger because people in
I
the back
see.
in the back row have to see you.
Uh-huh.
In movies, you cannot move that much because the camera can't take that. It's not good for the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So in TV or movies, it's less
Dramatic with the movement.
Well, I don't know about the dramatic, but less movement.
Less movement. All right.
Because you can't move that fast on camera. Well, at least not. Yeah, I guess not that dramatic.
I've done some acting.
You have?
Yeah, some
Where?
theater actually. When I was in middle school, yeah, I was the ghost of Christmas Yet to Come in our production of A Christmas Carol.
Okay.
Right, I think that's what it was called.
Tell me, how do you prepare for the scene?
Shit. Honestly, I fucking, if I remember correctly, I just fucking, I didn't prepare for shit. I just read my lines over and over. I got lucky because I had like a ghost costume, so I was less nervous than like other people, I guess.
Bro, you just went for it?
I just went for it. I was like, all right, let's do this shit.
You felt like Al Pacino?
I felt good, honestly. I think I did it twice, and I felt like I got better the second time. So.
Well, they say that it takes 10 years to be a good actor.
I did that shit in 2 takes. Became a good actor in 2 takes.
I don't know. Maybe you might be a gifted one.
And I was like fucking 11 years old, 12 years old, or something
Oh,
like that.
kids. Yeah, they always say actors. They always tell us actors not to go against pets or kids because they always are more natural on camera.
Really?
If you have never heard that before.
I've never heard the pets one. The fuck?
Yeah, the pet one,
Yeah.
the dog's gonna do way better than you.
Really? That's some bullshit. I see a bunch of dogs out here that look like fucking idiots.
Well, it's depends what that scene calls for, I guess.
There used to be this fucking dog outside that just fucking, he just dogs the fuck out of you. Like, I don't even know whose dog it is. I'm like, whose fucking owner? Like, whose dog are you, bro? Like, where's your owner? Why are you always outside?
Okay, so you're not a dog person?
No, I like all animals. Just this fucking dog had like a problem with everybody. He would always chase me too. I never seen him chase anyone but me. So.
Ooh, so maybe the problem was with you.
He senses my demons.
Ooh.
But yeah. So are you fucking? Do you have a manager for your acting or what?
I have an agent.
You have an agent. Right, okay.
I just got. Well, that's one of the hardest parts as an actor, to get an agent. Sometimes it's easy. Some people get it really easily.
Tell us the process. How does one get an agent?
There's different ways of getting on agent, but I can tell you the process that I had.
Yeah, tell us.
So, well, first of all, it's getting acting classes, acting lessons. No matter how good you think you are, trust me, you should take some acting classes just to have them in your resume so you can show agents that you've been trained. Anyway, so first of all, acting classes. Second of all, I don't know, headshots. You need
Headshots.
pictures, not just posting. Yes, like the ones in my
Like your
business
business
card. Well, that's a very old business card because it was in my wallet for 2 years probably.
I'm glad not all your business cards look like that.
I have them all stuck up because obviously, also there's a process in having business cards according to, I don't know, the industry, I guess, or people, that a business card has to have just one headshot of you, which is a picture of you as an actor, which is just a middle of your waist up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a headshot, and you cannot be posing. A headshot is not something you're posing for. You're showing them you're trying to transfer something to the audience when they see it. So when they see this picture, they have to see somebody who's mad or somebody who's angry. You gotta transfer something. They gotta send something from you. It's not just a picture, or it's not. You're not posing. You're not trying to look nice. That's the difference. And also for business cards, it supposedly just has to have one headshot one headshot in the back and one headshot in the front. Or preferably just one in the front or whatever you want it, but it's just one, and because otherwise it doesn't look professional. Anyway, but anyway, so classes, headshots, which is actor pictures, they are a little expensive. Also, after that, then you can try looking for an agent, but the agent's gonna ask you if you have done anything, and that's when Actors Access and the other websites for actors come along, like casting networks. That's for commercials. Like I don't know. I know there's more, but all I can remember now is Actors Access. That's the one that I use. That's where you can just sign up. It's a website where you can look for auditions that can start you up. You can look for short films or small stuff, and that's when you're gonna need. That's why you need a resume, which is gonna be your acting classes, and your headshots, because the website is gonna allow you to download your pictures there. Actors Access allows you to do 2 pictures for free, and to sign up is free. And then you can just put all your resume and all your information there, so the system can get you auditions based on you. Like, for example, Cesar, he's 5A Latino.
5A, what the fuck you talking about?
Whatever, I'm just doing an example. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
Anyway, just an example. So the computer is gonna find auditions based on you, according to the answers that you're gonna put in the resume or in the system that they have. So that's one thing. And then once you start, you have your actor's account, which is in Actors Access, or if you choose any other website, it's also Backstage, but I don't really use that one. So you get short films. You try to do a demo reel. Demo reel is something that you booked. So let's say you are in Actors Access and you found a short film that you're good for, and you submit it. They charge you $2 for every audition if you haven't get the yearly account, which is like $60 something. And this is not a commercial. I'm just letting you know. I just letting you know that's how it is about some.
We ain't getting paid for this. Better pay me if I get them some fucking business.
But it does help you because it helps you as an actor, because it's only $60 for a year. You're not paying that much. And it's going to help you to find auditions and hopefully book something small, so you can try to start building a demo reel, which is stuff that you booked that they pay you for. Some people don't understand what a demo reel is and a performance clip is. Demo reel is something that you got paid for. And so if I did a scene with someone in a short film and they pay me for that, I can put it in my demo reel because I got paid for that, and I auditioned for that, and they pay me for it. If I do a thing with you and I put it on my own and I put it on my account, it's not gonna go in demo reel because I didn't get paid for it, and I didn't audition for it. It's gonna go as a performance clip, maybe a self-tape or something. So that's one thing that you can also do as a beginner. You're gonna do a self-tape, and you can just film it. Film the part where you just. If you know how to do self-tapes, that's another thing. That's another thing that you should know. They're not. You don't film a self-tape with your phone standing. What do you call it? Like this, or
vertical.
Vertical. It has to be sideways.
So you can get the full view.
It has to be sideways because that's professional. That's why it's considered professional in the industry. You do not film it the other way. They will automatically know that you don't know what you're doing. And it has to be good lighting. There has to be a blank background, and it has to be waist up. Unless they're asking for a slate.
Fucking dick pic.
Bro, it's a lot of work. No, they're not gonna ask you for that unless it's that kind of audition. But Actors Access doesn't do that, so no, don't go there. Anyway, so yeah, so that will having your headshots, your Actors Access and up to date, and having something to show in that as a demo reel, it will help you to find an agent. But you need, so you don't go to find the agent before you even have an Actors Access or have headshots or have at least a resume, because the agent will ask you, can I see your headshots? You don't have them, then he's gonna ask you to go take them. If he's gonna say, can I see your demo reel? If you haven't submitted for any auditions, you cannot show him that you have work, that you have gotten work for yourself. So how are you gonna get work that he's submitting you for, or he or she or them? So that you have to think about all those things before you reach out to an agent. Some people just reach out to an agent. You happen to be so beautiful, so gifted in some way that people really want you.
Like a Brad Pitt type of guy, or what?
Some people do get an agent and they don't even know how to do acting, and then the agent works with them. But that's something else. That's networking. That's someone or whatever. But the regular stuff happens by doing the work.
So you went through the regular stuff?
Yeah, getting my headshots, getting my classes, getting my pictures, headshots, getting an Actors Access submitting, and then I submitted for my agent when I already had self-tapes that I have in my account of Actors Access. So it's like a video that they can see. So I might not have like much of a demo reel, because I haven't really booked that much stuff that they have paid me for. But if you can show them that you know how to act, you can just do a self-tape. All they need to see is that you know how to act. That's all they need to see.
And how did you learn all this? Because like, if I woke
bumping my head by the wall.
So you had to learn through like trial and error, or what?
Well, I had to lose a lot of money on dumb websites that sell you, I don't know, promises that they're gonna help you find an agent, or they're gonna teach you how to get an agent. I don't know. There's also places in the radio or TV that they do commercials where they want you to go to a hotel, and it's like they're gonna get agents for you in front of you, but they're gonna charge you for it. So I think I did one of those. But yeah, there's all kind of stuff that you lost money on, but you don't do any of that. I mean, an agent doesn't charge you.
So what does this agent do? Like, what does this guy specifically do?
They charge you. Well, I was told they charge you 15% of whatever you're getting paid for, whatever they're submitting you. Actually, I think my agent said 10% and 15% in depending on what they're submitting you for. But it's usually just 10%.
So the agent is in charge of like getting you
spots? The agent is able to. So Actors Access has breakdowns that we as regular people are not able to see. You have to be an agent to be able to see breakdowns that contain roles like movies for Netflix, movies for big shows. All that kind of stuff only goes to agents or managers. They're the ones that can see those. We sometimes get some stuff in our end if you don't really have an agent, or if you're submitting by yourself. Like the stuff that I see, my agent the stuff that I see, my agent is able to see, but I cannot see what my agent sees. So I once got lucky and got an open call to a really a big movie, in Hollywood just came out. And there's an
Can you say the name of
Mexican.
it?
There's one Mexican actor lead in it. Nope, I'm not gonna tell you the name of it.
Oh,
But I can tell you it just came out this year, and the lead is a Mexican actor.
All right,
And the
now
movie's about 3 hours.
3 hours.
Anyway, but yeah, you sometimes get lucky in actor success. But the agent can help you build better relationships with casting directors, and they're able to, if they want to work with you, if they really like you, they're gonna have you and they're gonna keep you.
Yeah.
But you have to listen to them. Because it's a relationship. It's not just I get my agent. Oh, they're gonna do all the work. No. You got your agent, but now you have to keep doing the work. You have to keep updating your headshots. You have to keep updating your reel. If you keep booking work, then you have to keep putting the scenes, the new videos that come from those scenes. You have to update your reel, or do no self tapes if you're not getting anything. If you get a new skill, you have to self tape it and put it in After Success. So stuff that will help your agent get you work. So if let's say you do martial arts, then you want a video of you doing martial arts in After Success. So whenever your agent gets a role about that, they can go like, oh, I have the kid that you want, and they can show it to the casting director. But yeah,
what is it that you usually do? Like, what are your type of roles?
What are my type of roles?
Yeah, like what do you get casted as?
Well, people say that I'm very I don't know. I would like to get casted for dramas and stuff, but people usually see me as comedy. comedy. They just laugh and I don't even know why. They do. I just did a short film where I got chosen as the comedy relief. And because it was pretty much it was done for AFI. It's called The Bullfighter. If you like festivals, film festivals, I'm pretty sure it's gonna come out. It's called The Bullfighter. It's done by AFI, which is an institute of film here in California, one of the most prestigious one. You can just look it up. And it's directed by Giselle Bonilla. It's also a Latina. And it's a very good story about...
What's it about? Yeah,
it's a comedy. It's a dark comedy.
It's a dark comedy?
It's dark comedy, but it's pretty much... it's about the story of a bullfighter that ends up in a place in LA doing ballet, like attending like a park or like a garage. So, have you ever seen the people in LA with the flags and like when they're trying to get the cars in for parking?
Yeah.
So the bullfighter ends up doing that, but in his mind he sees it as the end of his journey as a bullfighter. So it's a very peculiar film. It's just it takes something normal and it twists it enough that makes it interesting. And I don't really know how to describe it because it's difficult to describe. It was difficult for me to not to film, but it's just difficult to grab a word to describe it. What I can say is it's comedy and it's
dark comedy.
No,
it's dark comedy.
It's like heart touching, but it gives you a message.
Okay.
Like, but it's raw. It's trying to give you a message that you don't. Sometimes people don't really understand, but it's using comedy to, how do you say that, to label, like, to make the balance. like not to slap you like
So
with
it doesn't just
they're
sound
pretty
all
much
preachy?
slapping you with a pillow.
Uh-huh.
So you know,
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. Yeah.
it's pretty much what movies do. They
Yeah.
try to change your point of view
Uh-huh.
without really arguing with you. They just showing you something.
Have you seen the movie?
The film.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a screening in AFI, American Film Institute. If you guys don't know what that is, there was a screening there, and everybody just kept laughing at me.
But isn't that good? Doesn't that mean you did your job well?
I don't know. I guess that should be good, but for some reason I don't like it. But yeah, because I guess it's supposed to be the comedic relief, but I'm not the lead though. So, but
What are you like the secondary role or like?
okay, so in film, this is also something you should know for your actors' access. So in film, people, please, I'm telling you this because I did it, not because I'm just telling you to do something. In film, there is no such a thing as a co-star. That's TV, and this for film is only lead and supporting. Okay, if you're not a lead, you're supporting. You could be a strong supporting, but you're still supporting. So I was the supporting role.
Okay, all right, for sure. So were you happy with the end product? Were you happy with the film?
The outcome is very how do you even say this?
Promising?
Promising.
Oh.
There you go. My accent's kicking in.
Yeah, the African accent.
African accent. No, I wish I had an African accent.
Can you do accents? Like, do your classes / training prepare you to do accents?
I try to do British accent, but I'm not that good.
You can say something in your British accent.
I would not do that. No. So British usually say mother, like.
Say motherfucker. Say
No,
it in your British accent.
No, like let me talk. I can't. I can't do a British accent. I'm not gonna lie. But if I was gonna do it, it's like I would do it as the Harry Potter thing. You know what?
The what?
You haven't heard.
Harry Potter. The Harry Potter. Okay.
Like I don't know. All I remember is something about father, mother. What?
I don't remember that in Harry Potter. What the fuck?
There is a part where somebody says father, which is father. Anyway, but yeah, no, I'm not that. I don't think I wanted to work in my accent to reduce it, but I don't think I stopped it because it just felt wrong. Tried to take something off from me, which is my Mexican accent. And I wanted to work on British accents, but I guess my Mexican accent is just too much of it. And also, of course, people were in California. We had to make a living out of something, so you cannot really do everything. You could either, I don't know, just take acting classes, because there's different kind of acting classes. Mm-hmm. There's a script analysis, which is gonna help you do an audition and try to get into the role and see what's happening. Like, who am I talking to? Who is this person? How do I feel about this person? When did I meet this person? Where am I? Why? That's one of the biggest questions for an actor, according to my teachers. Why? Why is this happening? Why? Remember that.
I remember that. So, can you do a country accent, like a Southern American country accent? The best accent ever.
I don't think I can do any accent at all. I can do voices.
You can do that. Show us one of your voices.
Well, I can do. So there was this time when I wanted to do a small series. Mm-hmm. It was gonna be an animated series. It never happened. And there's this character. I used to have it on Instagram too, but where I don't know what I did with my Instagram that I put that I was 5 years old, and they closed it. And then they asked me, "Oh, you need to submit some kind of ID to get your Instagram back. And I was like, I'm not gonna submit my ID to Instagram.
Trying to get casted as a child? One of those child acting roles?
No, it's because I got mad because he was asking me questions and I just answered dumbly. Or dumb. I was dumb and I was like, I was irritated and I was dumb and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm 5 years old. And I did that, and then Instagram was like, oh yeah, you're 5 years old? Then we're gonna take your Instagram away from you.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is not 5 years old. I do not have a 5-year-old on the podcast.
No, I'm older than 21. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, he was asking for voice. So this voice is from a character that I had for a series. It's called Lumi. Pretty much, I think I'm pretty much gonna work with this character along the road. I do have stuff that I like. I'm also a writer. I like writing. Mm-hmm. So I had this TV series called The Adventures of Lumi. Well, it was an IG TV series, whatever. Uh-huh. And I still have some in my IG. I think I have like 1 or 2 posts. So here goes the boys. This is Lumi. And if you wanted me, I don't know, maybe you can fight a little bit with this guy. So Lumi, what do you say? You wanna fight with Cesar or what?
Why would I fight with Cesar? I don't even know him.
Yeah, what I know him.
But I don't. He's standing there looking creepy. Oh my god.
I'm sitting down.
Yeah, he's sitting down.
Well, I can't see. Plus, why did you even call me here? What is this thing in front of me? It looks like a...
No, don't say it.
But it looks like a...
No, Lumi.
It looks like a...
No. What does it look like? What does it look like, Cesar?
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Lumi. Am I saying that right? Lumi?
No, it's got Lumi. Lumi. You gotta Lumi it.
Yeah, that was Lumi. Okay.
Alright, I'm leaving. Bye.
So is he a bird or what is he?
What?
Is Lumi a bird or?
No, he's I had this once again. I had this in my IG. What is called anyway? This is a childlike creature that comes from outer space, and he comes from another world, from a magic world, but he ends up inside a human being, which is Elliot, and he comes out. So he takes his body from time to time, but he's trying to figure out why is he here and how does he get back to his wherever he came from. But then he realized that he has so much uncommon with Elliot, which is the body that he's in, the guy that owns the body that he's in. Mm-hmm. And then he makes friends with him, and actually they're pretty much attached together, and that's why he ended up there. So it's pretty much a series about this magical creature. So to answer that, Lumi is a childlike magical creature that came to help with the life of Elliot, which is a human being.
Is he 5 years old?
Elliot is not 5 years old. He's old. He's older. He's at least 21. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what to do with his life. He wants to be an artist, and he falls for the promise of Lumi, helping him find his way through fame. Oh, because Elliot is trying to get to be the famous actor, whatever, because he's trying to find his father. He thinks that if he's famous, he'll be able to find his father. So Lumi's trying to help him with that.
Son of a bitch. And son of a bitch, I gotta fucking put a headphone warning and shit for that Lumi scene.
Oh, so sorry.
So
you asked for it.
So tell us some of the fucking some of the dark secrets of the world of acting or Hollywood. I don't know what you want to call it. Your
Dark
line of business. Yeah, so
secrets.
tell us some fucking crazy shit.
Well, I don't know if there are dark secrets or not, but let me tell you one thing.
All right, tell us.
So you cannot really. I guess that's just life, but you could say that it's mostly in Hollywood. People. I guess people don't really. You cannot trust everyone. Cannot trust when it comes to agents. You cannot trust everybody who comes to you and tells you that they're gonna be your agent and they're gonna get you out there. They're asking for money. It's not real. It's fake. It's a fraud. Don't give them money. An agent will never ask you for money. That's one of the worst things about LA. Oh, at least when it comes to the industry, that there's always people trying to take your money and they're fake. They're frauds. Also with classes, acting classes. There's some acting classes that suck. They're not good. They're not teaching Meissner or Stella Adler or some kind of technique that is based from Stanislavski, which is supposedly the father. Well, I guess it is the father of theater, according to what's out there. If it's not a good technique, or if you don't know the technique, I would say just audit the class. Audit the class first before you even pay for the class. Don't pay for the class out front if you don't know what you're getting into. You haven't seen the teacher teach or their class. Don't go into it unless it's a very prestigious class, because there's some really prestigious classes in LA that you want me to say something?
Yeah. Name drop.
Name drop.
Yeah, everything.
Well, I shouldn't, but anyway. So if you go to Playhouse West, which is in North Hollywood, that's a good school. They also have one in Philly, if there's people in Philly. And there's also one in New York, so people will probably know Playhouse West because of James Franco, which he went there, and also other people went there. But one of the founders is Jeff Goldblum or something. The guy from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but it's the guy from Jurassic Park. Look it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, secrets, very dark secrets. People don't trust. I guess, unfortunately, not everybody's your friend. People might just want your help. I don't know, doing a self-tape, borrowing money from you. But that doesn't mean you are their friend. That doesn't mean that they're gonna be there for you. So be careful with who are you calling friend. That's one of the things in Hollywood. Also, don't just because you find a big producer in front of your face, do not assume that they want you. Because if you don't have anything to offer, probabilities are that he doesn't, unless you show him otherwise. And I don't know, I don't think I ever had one of those encounters that people say like the Me Too area thing.
Oh, the casting couch I was about to ask you about that shit. Is that
The
shit
what?
real? The casting couch, or like they tell you, oh, come on, we're gonna.
The casting couch.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but
You know what I'm talking about. You know about those dick pics.
casting directors are pretty professional mostly. That's why when you go do an audition, make sure that you Google them and make sure that the casting director is professional, that they have credits that they have as casting director, or at least look them up and see what's going on, because even if it's an indie film, you have to know where you're going to, what are you doing, like who are you gonna go meet. Like, don't just get into places that you don't really know what you're doing, or because there's also people that do castings that are not good, but also there's some really good casting directors. But no, I think that Me Too only happens mostly with big people. Casting directors are hired by producers. I think the Me Too area happens in in the producing in the higher level. It might happen in the casting director area, but I don't have any experience with that. I mean, not like that.
Do you know anybody that has had any experience like that?
but I can tell you, that people have one from my friends have had offers of posing naked and stuff like that, but it's like I said, it's from a casting director that is well known. It's not even a casting director.
Is it guys that are getting offered these, or is it mostly girls? From your experience, these people.
The one that I heard from is a girl. I don't know about guys, but I'm pretty sure there's all kinds. I mean, people sometimes just I don't know. They just grab you in a way that might be not welcome. So you gotta identify that yourself.
Oh, okay, that's a true. Okay, I was like, wait, where you? Okay, all right.
But yeah, no, but I don't think I ever had that kind of. I only had problems with not problems, but my suggestion to you is find a good teacher if you're trying to get into acting. Find a good teacher that gets you, that understands what you want to do with your career. And of course an agent that really is crazy about you as much as you're crazy about them. And the thing with teachers, you talking about dark secrets, there's pretty much always like a favorite. So just be careful with people that have favorites, because sometimes you gotta learn that. You gotta learn when you're right and when you're wrong. That's a skill as an actor that you want to learn. When you're right and when you're wrong. Even when your teacher is if your teacher is telling you something, you have to know if they're really telling you that from a place that they're criticizing you, like constructive criticism, or they're telling you this because they didn't like the way you did it. So sometimes I felt some teachers they just tell you that because art is, there's not a right or wrong. Of course, sometimes if you're learning how to do acting from the very beginning, of course you have to get through that level. But if you already get to the level where you already know what you're doing, and you, there's always room to grow. I'm not saying just like say, oh, I already know everything. Nobody knows everything. There's always room to grow. What I'm saying is, don't get it too personal if the teacher is telling you that you did something wrong, because it might be that you didn't do it wrong. It's just their opinion. And they're there to teach you or to make you improve, not to make you worse. So sometimes it's not that you're getting wrong. They're giving you a different take the way they see it, so you can do adjustments. Because when you're on set, you're gonna do that. You're gonna do adjustments because the director has a vision, and you have to follow the vision. You know what I mean? So yeah, sometimes it does help, but I don't know. Just be careful who you take classes with, who you are friends with. LA is a very lonely place if you're just here for the fame. So I would say do it if you're really, really passionate about it, and if you're happy doing it. Because having a crappy day job that you hate will become less hateful, or you will feel it less if acting is what you really, really want to do in life. Because that way you won't complain about the job that is giving you the money to get to where you want to be. But if you're just doing it for the fame, you're gonna get frustrated, because it takes years, people. It takes years. According to some people that I know, it takes about 10 years to make it to Hollywood. And I'm not talking about big stardom. I'm just talking about just breaking through it. Maybe a co-star. Also, talking about co-star. TV roles. It's so you get the co-star, or you get the co-star is like a small small part of it, a small role, guest star. They're in more episodes. Sometimes they have the guest star, but it's like a big star, so they put it as a guest star. Recurring role is the one that does more roles in TV series. But maybe I don't think they call it principal for TV. I think it's the lead still. But the difference from TV and film is that in TV there's such a thing as a co-star, which is a small role. Like if somebody's asking for a donna, like you're the lead and I ask you, sir, would you like to buy some donuts? And that's all. That's my line. I'm a co-star.
You get paid for that?
You should. You should get paid for that. If it's a TV series and a network show, I'm pretty sure you do get paid for it. Most of them are SAG-AFTRA, which is the Union's Actors Union. So also, if you're trying to find an agent, they also look if you are SAG-AFTRA, which is if you are in the Actors Union.
So let me ask you a question. So, if you called up your agent right now, would he answer?
Was she? My agent says she.
Would she answer if you called her up right now?
Yeah, she would answer.
She would answer?
I mean, she would answer if I would. I
call her up right now. Tell her she's fired. You're signed with Team Caesar from now
I
on.
can't call her and tell her.
Ladies and gentlemen,
she works really
it's official.
hard. But anyway, no. But also this is one thing that you have to know about agents. Just because you're not getting auditions, and doesn't mean they're not submitting you. So that's why when you submit like a request for them because you want them to be your agent, and they have a meeting with you, that's when the dating starts, because like I said, having an agent relationship is like dating. It is a relationship. So you also have to take care of the relationship. You have to care about them as a person, not as a whatever. So they have to you have to ask them if they're gonna send you to union work or non-union work. Like union would be in SAG-AFTRA. Pretty much all the big stuff is union. The non-union is in indie or short films. So you have to, whatever your goal is as an actor, or whatever level you are in, because you might be in a level that you're not really taking anything non-union anymore, that you already went through that. So if you don't want non-union stuff, then you tell your agent that before you even sign with them. You ask them, what are you gonna submit me for? And then there's an argument about that. How much are you gonna? What's your percentage gonna be? And you're gonna make sure it's gonna be 10%, because unless it's otherwise. But I think only managers get 15%. And also you gotta learn if is it just theatrical. Theatrical is for film. Commercial is only for commercials. So you could have a theatrical agent and a commercial agent.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Or you could have on, what did they say? I don't remember that. I think it's over something. But it's when the agent does both. You can have that too. And I don't remember what it is. Don't ask me, because my agent is theatrical and I'm not interested in commercials. And people say I'm dumb because commercials give you money, and they do. But I also don't have much time, and auditions take time, and time is money. Anyway, but yeah. And I think I already went away from what the question was.
Yeah, we were talking about. I'll be honest with you. I was hoping you were gonna tell me about like some satanic type shit going on in Hollywood, or fucking some crazy shit like that.
I haven't gone through that part yet. I think that's gonna happen when I get to that level. But I can. That will be a theme for a different podcast when I get to that level.
next
and
week.
I promise we can do a level about that. But hopefully I won't. Oh, there's one. I'm not gonna say names or anything. Be careful with what you get into though, because there is people. Now that I remember, there's people that want you to be in some kind of religion and stuff like that. That's gonna and they even tell you that they're gonna help you with your acting career. If you like that kind of stuff, just know what you're getting into. I don't like it. Don't like when people tell me what to do, so I didn't get into that kind of thing. But yeah, just know what you're getting into, because there's actually now that I remember, there's some people that they do came to me, trying to say that they were gonna help me with this and that, and I had to follow some kind of religion, but I ended up saying no, because it's for me. It wasn't for me, and that's all I'm going to say. Because you cannot say that name, because they know they probably already know what I'm talking about.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I won't say it. But yeah, I mean, whatever. If people want to do that, go ahead. Everybody can do whatever they want with their lives. That was just not for me. But that's probably one of the ugliest things that I could say. But I don't know. I'll let you know if I go through the other stuff.
If you sell your soul to the devil, you'll let me know.
Well, let's see. I had really there's gonna be days where you feel like crap.
Uh-huh.
I guess that's everyone. But there's gonna be days where you feel like, oh, what am I doing here? Like, I'm not getting anywhere. So that's probably one of the worst things that I could tell you about Hollywood. Because sometimes you're gonna feel like you're on top of the world, and sometimes you're gonna feel like you're not. So, and I think that's pretty much with everyone, even the famous people.
The people that are doing the satanic rituals?
No, I'm talking more about momentum. Like, you could be in top of the world right now. You could be one of the hottest stars right now, and then suddenly you don't start you stop booking. You don't get enough movies, or people just don't go watch your movies anymore. I'm talking more like that. So I mean, I'm pretty sure people can think about an actor or actress that they don't really see on TV anymore, or movies.
You know, you said something that stuck with me the last, maybe like the second to last time we talked. I told you, hey, you should come on my podcast. And do you remember what you told me?
I don't remember what I told you. Wait, what?
You told me, you have a podcast, but you don't have an Instagram?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, that's one of the things. If you want to... I hate social media. I mean, I don't hate it, like, but I don't do it. I'm not that kind of person that does it all. I don't have a TikTok.
You should get a TikTok.
You were asking me if I have a TikTok. I have a TikTok, but I haven't used it. I have it because one of my friends asked me to have it, and she even did it for me, but I don't use it. I don't know.
Similar stories.
But yeah, I told you that because usually when you have something, you have to promote it, and Instagram is really good in promoting stuff. Everybody looks at Instagram nowadays. There's other things that are coming out, but if you want to promote something and of course as a podcast, people always promote stuff like that on Instagram. That's why I suggested it, and it was weird that you don't have one.
Yeah,
I was like, this dude doesn't have an Instagram. I was like, dude, if you just want to be an asshole to me, just go ahead and be an ass. Sorry, I don't know if I can swear at this.
I'm cussing this whole podcast.
But,
you can cuss.
Huh?
Yeah, you can cuss.
This is what I was thinking. I mean, if you want to be an a-hole, be honesto, but don't lie to me that you don't have.
No, I don't have.
You don't have
Instagram.
an Instagram. I mean, now I know that, but I was just like, you know what? And I just left. I was like, okay, bye.
Yeah, people always think I'm fucking lying about that. No, like, I honestly, I was thinking, I was like, damn, he's kind of right. Shit, like, I have a fucking podcast, but I don't have an Instagram. I was like, you know what? I think it's time I jump on board this fucking Instagram train.
Well, you can only, if you don't want it for your personal life, you can just have it
For the podcast.
For the podcast, and then just promote podcast stuff.
Yeah, I'll do both. Fuck it. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, and pretty much people, I guess that will let people know about what is the podcast about, or what would they be expecting if they ended up following you and or going to find your podcast. Oh, and when can we hear this podcast anyway?
You hear it everywhere. Everywhere.
Well, where can we hear it now?
Fucking YouTube. The best place. YouTube.
Well, that is a start, and then also there's a thing called Linktree. So you have an IG, and then you put Linktree, and then when they go to your bio, they can hit that link, and if you have different websites, they can just search.
Oh, son of a bitch. Look at that. Fucking technology.
Yeah, I don't like I thought you liked technology, bro. What is
like
technology?
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is technology. Man. Okay, so, like, I was talking to someone that also has a podcast. He told me that he bought a house and he spent over $20,000 in equipment to start up his podcast. I was like, God damn, bro, I just want to fucking Best Buy and I got a mic for like $60.
That $60 is too much for me.
Shit, 20,000 ain't?
Bro, when I got to California, I had to learn. I quickly learned. I kind of knew this because as a Latino, or at least the way I was raised, I kind of already knew like, just you don't buy everything in the same store. Like you don't go to, let's see, what store did you go to?
Target.
You don't go to Target to buy. You don't go to Target to buy meat and paper and beauty stuff and clothes.
I do. Shit, except the clothes.
You only buy one item. I actually don't even go to Target.
More of a Walmart type of guy or what?
No, like I learned that if you're gonna buy paper or stuff like that, you go to a different store. Like for example, if you want to know my strategy or whatever, or what I learned from Mexican moms, because there were Mexican moms. Actually, one Salvadorian. So yes. So I have a Salvadorian friend that also taught me you go for meat to places like El Super because it's cheap. If you don't want that meat, then you go to a different place. But you don't, in El Super, all you buy is that, and then you only buy vegetables in El Super when you go on the days that the vegetables are cheap.
When they're about to expire or what?
No, they have a day, I think it's Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
When the fruits and vegetables are on sale, or some of them. And so yeah, I had to learn all that from my friends and the moms of my friends, because obviously when I came here, I only had $1,000 on my bank account, and I didn't really know anyone. So one of my distant aunts was like showing me around, and I had to get like a room in a house, and I had to start looking for a job. So they were like, oh no, like you go to 99 to buy paper stuff, you go this place to buy meat, you go, if you want like a charger or something, you don't buy it in Walmart, because even though it sounds cheap, it's not. You buy it in the Five Below, whatever.
Five Below, shit.
So I learned about all these stores that we don't even have in Chicago or in Illinois. Because I tell my mom about these stores, and they're like, what's a 99?
Did you live in Chicago, or because like I knew this girl that lived in Illinois, but she would just tell people, "Oh, I'm from Chicago," because she lived like in some small little.
Yeah, I
suburb.
always tell people I am from Chicago or was living in Chicago, but yeah, I used to live like in a city like an hour and a half away from. So it's the suburbs of Chicago.
What was it, Downers Grove North?
No,
Do you know where that's at?
no.
Okay.
I can tell you it's near Wisconsin. That's all I'm telling you.
The greatest state in the world, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is nice. There's some good stuff there. But
I've never been there, so.
you never been there, bro? Well, we're gonna have to take your podcast to Wisconsin.
I was thinking about going to Alaska.
I want to go to Alaska.
I'll do Alaska shit maybe next summer.
Sure, we can do Wisconsin and then Alaska.
I mean, I hear it gets cold in Wisconsin too, so.
Alaska is not gonna be. I have a friend in Alaska, and Alaska is not gonna be. It's gonna be way more colder than Wisconsin.
Well, baby steps. Wisconsin, then Alaska. Then I'll do Hawaii. Just switch it up.
Actually, my mom lives in. My mom lives in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Well, anything you want to say before we wrap this up? We got like an hour already, so.
I know. I don't know. What would you like to know before you chop down the wire?
Let's see.
See, there's something I want to know.
What do you want to know?
Why don't you speak Spanish?
I just speak Spanish. What are you talking about?
No, you speak Spanish, but you know Spanish, but you don't speak Spanish.
Well, because I always speak English too. That's why.
No es cierto. He's lying.
Well, first of all, the first time I talked to you, I spoke to you in English. I was like, "Hello,"
Yes.
and you just spoke to me in English. So I was like, "Oh, okay, this guy speaks English."
Well, thanks for having me. Muchas gracias. Yo sí hablo español, no como otros.
What did you say?
Que no quieren hablar español.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode. We will see you in the next episode.
All right, see you guys.
Good evening, America.